Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Guy and this is my first weekly reflection. Um, I read chapter 1 and it was on transformative education. And the text says that transformative education is a set of interrelated principles that serve as a way of thinking about the world and understanding relationships between teachers, students, and family. It says it's a synthesis of theoretical principles from various disciplines, and it says that the value lies in how it can help teachers and students realize their own goals. So some of the combination of theories include constructivism, feminism, aesthetics, critical theory, multiculturalism, anti-bias education, critical pedagogy, and bilingual education. So all of that we read about is great. When the text got into the part of understanding, perpetuating, and breaking the cycle of oppression, it really started to resonate with me because I am a VPK teacher in my county school district, and I've been teaching VPK for 7 years, and I've been in the preschool system or in preschools for 15. Um, Prior to the last 3 years, I taught in a very high social economic status county, so I taught very privileged children. I also came from a school where I went to school with very privileged children, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Um, so I started a new job 3 years ago in one of the lowest schools in our county. And when we were reading in the text about um, racism and religious oppression and classism, it really hit home because when I started teaching these kids, it changed my whole outlook on being an educator. It just changed me from inside, and it changed me for forever. So I will table that because we'll get back to that probably throughout the semester, and I'll get back to the text. So when we're talking about understanding and perpetuating and breaking the cycle of oppression, I really enjoyed doing some of the explorations that were in the text, and I kind of wanted to share some of them with you. Um, the first one, it says, take a few minutes to think about your earliest experience of becoming aware that you were different in some way from others. And this kind of gets back to when I said I came from a school of privileged children. When I was in, I think it was in second grade, my family took me out of the public school system in the county I grew up in Alachua County, and they put me in a non-denominational private school. I didn't know any different, didn't know any better. Raised I wasn't raised in a home of hatred or dislike or um, my parents didn't teach me to judge others. My dad is a farmer. I grew up on a farm. He's a corn farmer. He's been farming since he was 13 years old, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world to be proud of. Well, I got to the school, and everybody's dad was a doctor or a lawyer, and I was a farmer's daughter. I didn't realize that that was something to be ashamed of. So what happened was I found out I was different than this group of people, and it made me sad because people made fun of me and judged me and thought that being a farmer was a bad thing, and we all know different. Exploration number 2, it said that, and I'm only going to do a couple of these, that let's see, what it's like to be a member of a dominant or privileged group, whereas in others we experience what it's like to be a member of subordinate or oppressed group. So I wanted to pick out a couple from both that where I fit. Let's see, I am white, and I'm heterosexual. I'm married, and I have non-abusive parents or caretakers. So those are some from the left column. And then let's see, I'm a woman, and I'm shorter than the average person. And let's see, I don't know. Oh, I have parents without a higher education. I mentioned my dad's a farmer. You don't have to go to college to be a farmer. That doesn't mean he's not smart. Okay. Um, I just feel that when going through the text, I think that I just connected with a lot of the things we talked about passing hurt and internalizing things, and also the vulnerability of children because of my children that I teach at my school. They come from some pretty scary situations in school. It's their safe place. And what I've learned in the last 3 years teaching these kids is that every one of my children has a story. And if you just take the time to love them and to find out what their story is, it can completely change your year with them and then their experience with education throughout life. Because pre-K, as silly as it sounds, that's the beginning. That's where they get their roots, and that's where they start. So it's an important time in their lives. And the school I teach in, it's very, very important to get to find out that child's story and to and use that as a vehicle to help them succeed and find out how they learn and what works best for them. So that's my reflection, and I look forward to seeing you guys and hearing yours throughout the semester.